Greetings, guys. What's going on? Rocker Buck here with another episode of Valour Ventures. Got a question for you. Did you ever have an idea for something in Minecraft and you just didn't know how to get it done, especially when it comes to redstone? Well, I ran into that problem. You've heard me say it a million times. I am a redstone idiot. I'm a doofnagel. I don't understand it. I do a little bit, but not the serious stuff. So, what brings me to all this is, not long ago, Mojang introduced this new mob cramming rule in the game that when you get more than 25 mobs in a 1x1 area, they start to die off. Now, some of you are going to say, "Well, that's what the plague is here on Crazy Pig, Rocker." No, this is different. This is in any game you play. You get more than 25 mobs in a 1x1 and they start to die off. So, when it came to my mob grinder, I got to thinking, well, I wonder if there's a way to work around this new mob cramming thing to where, you don't, all your, mobs don't get built up in one area, and after 25 they start, dying off on their own, because that's, a waste of time, right? So, I knew it was going to take redstone, and like I said, I don't know enough about it. So I went to one of the people that, instead of going to YouTube, I decided to work with one of the fellow staff members, Mr. Sam Vimes. Yes, Sam Vimes. And he's a great guy, and he's like, our resident, redstone guru around here. He loves to mess with redstone. So I told him about this problem, and he said, "Rocker, bring the idea to me. I want to work on it, and I'll let you know what I come up with." And of course, he ran off to plots to do what he usually does. He always runs off to plots like a mad scientist, trying to figure out all these ideas. And then he contacts me and says, "I have it, Eureka, we may have a way around it." So, I'm going to take you to my zombie grinder, and I'm going to show you what Sam came up with, and I think it's really cool. So I'll see you over at the old mob grinder. Alrighty, here we are at the zombie grinder. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't usually decorate my mob grinders like this. I really don't. Not all fancy like that, because it's just a mob grinder. But since you guys were coming over to visit, I figured I'd make it look at least a little bit decent. So what do we got going on here? Okay, well, the zombies are pouring out of that hole. There's a hole up there. Actually, let's start back here. That box right there, the cobble box, is where the spawner is inside. And you can see a piston here, and you can see a button and some... I will try to let you guys see this in case you want to copy it. Some redstone torches and a repeater set to 4 ticks. And over here is a dispenser, hopper, and a separate chamber. You'll see pistons there, which forms a wall. And let me try and fly here. For some reason I can't. There you go, a little bit of redstone work, a little circuitry, and we get around here, and that's where this starts to go crazy on me, and where I start losing track of stuff. I see some repeaters set at different ticks. I see 2 comparators. I at least know what they are. But basically, as you can see, that is pretty much the setup, with a little bit of dust up top there too. And it goes all the way up here to this here piston. So generally, there is a pressure plate in there. I hope this isn't too loud for you. These guys are awful loud. There is a pressure plate in there where all those guys are standing. So the way this is rigged up is, when it hits around, I don't know what Sam set it for, like 20 or 20 some mobs in there, it will automatically trigger the piston over here to fire. These 2 pistons retract, and it pushes all those mobs over right in here, in this little compartment, where a dispenser with a lava bucket in it automatically fires for a certain amount of time, and it therefore, just like that. I was hoping that would happen. And now they are going to get knocked all the way down. I hope you can hear me, guys. It's loud for me. Now they're going to get knocked all the way down to 1 hit. And all I have to do is walk in there and go like that, and they are all gone. And I have a hopper rigged up here with a chest, and as you can see, holy rip, look at all the goodies. I gotta start trading with my villagers. And all that stuff goes in there. And they start building up again. So, you say to me, what happens if I don't feel like waiting? Okay, press the button. Huh. And you can dispense as many zombies into the hole if you want. If you want to wait for them all to hit up to the, highest number. Or if you don't, it's up to you. Now, I will admit, and Sam had told me, this is a drawback to this one. It's going to happen. Zombies don't get pushed in the hole. This piston only hits them at this high, not double high. We just couldn't work our way around the double piston thing, or to get them at that level. So that's when I have to jump up here and take a swat at them. But I really don't mind, because, for what it does, I think it's great. It sure beats. You can stand here and wait or not wait, whatever. But either way, you're getting. Boy, I'm getting stuff to cool, gold stuff. I can run that through the anvil and get that back. That's cool. Oh, ooh, chicken, nice stuff in here. Ooh, carrots and taters for my crops. And I do believe I hear a baby in there. Yes, I do. Let's push the button. Get these guys out of the way. See, he sticks around. So I just jump up here and give him a smack or two. Oh, there's a couple of them in there. And that's all of them. So I think that's really neat. I mean, have a problem, find a solution. And it's just, a lot of way to keep yourself occupied around here. But I owe a lot of it to Sam. Without Sam Vimes, I couldn't have made this happen. I can't think like this. I would be okay with some of this stuff, the lines and stuff. I understand that, but we get back here to the comparators and the repeaters, and that's where everything goes south on me. Am I low on jetpack fuel, or can I just not work it? I don't know. So there it is. Really cool thing, courtesy of another staff member helping each other out, and that's what Crazy Pig is all about. Now, I have one other small thing to show you, and it's a minor thing. It's really nothing spectacular, but I think it's cool, and I would like to share it with you. So let's leave this noisy place and get back over to my base. See you there. Now, the next neat little thing I found that I wanted to share, I think is cool, is a neat little mod called Dynamic Surroundings. Wait a minute, you say. Rocker, we're not allowed to have mods on Crazy Pig. Certain ones we are not. You are correct. We are not allowed to have X-ray and anything that will give the player an unfair advantage. So that part is correct. We are not allowed those kind of mods. However, other mods, simple mods, that don't give the player an unfair advantage are perfectly legit, like the one I'm using called Dynamic Surroundings. Now what it does is it adds a little bit of element of sound to the game, which I think makes this Minecraft a lot more fun. And if you hear me walking around, if you can hear it, I hope you can, they're footsteps. And everything echoes there's a little bit of echo, and you may start to hear water running. The water's inside my base here, my decorations, sound like waterfalls, which is cool. Is it still raining outside? No, it's not. Good. Now I'm getting stuck on my own creeper door. Ah, there we go. Now, I am out in the my base is in a mountain region. And you may or may not be able to hear it. I hope you can. But in the mountainous regions, it has the sound of the wind blowing. Oh, now it's getting a little louder. At least for me. Maybe if I'd shut up, you guys could hear it, right? Well, if you can hear it, that's great. So it adds a lot of other things too. When you're in caves, your footsteps echo. Ooh, that didn't feel very good. And it, let's see, let's get close to this fountain. I'm sure it'll sound like a waterfall too. And as you can see, there's a little bit of splashy effect. If you're in a cave, like a deep cave, like a ravine, where a lot of times where water meets lava, you'll not only hear the water rushing, you will see the steam from when the water hits the lava, and I think that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around to some of the different biomes, and you will hear all kinds of different things depending on the biome you go to. So I will see you over at, let's try the desert and start there, shall we? Now I'm going to cross my fingers and hope we get the sound effects I want. One thing it does do is it changes the sound depending on what you're walking on. So as you can hear, it sounds like I'm walking in sand. Or something soft anyway. When you hit on stone, which that isn't stone, or like wood, you can hear your footsteps change. That's cool. So let's buzz on over here to the middle of the desert, and I'm hoping we can get to hear what I want to hear, and there it is. It's a rattlesnake, which usually has me jumpy because I hear it and I'm like, what? Wait, what? Wait, where? Oh, that's great. I love that. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That just makes it so much cooler. Now, luckily, there is a savanna right nearby. And if you are lucky, and we are lucky, you will get to hear, well, I hope we get to hear it, because, I can't sit here and just babble on senselessly for no reason. But if we don't hear it within a certain amount of time, I will tell you. I'll just tell you anyway. In the savannah, you hear elephants, which I think is funny, because there's none to be seen, but you can hear them. And it kind of catches you off guard every now and then. It makes you laugh too, because you're like, where's the elephants at? But, like I said, I've been looking for something to add a little bit of extra pizzazz to Minecraft. And this cute little mod's kind of pretty much doing the trick. So let's see. You've got rattlesnakes in the desert. You will hear them in mesas as well. Oh, also, when it rains anywhere else, it generally doesn't rain in the desert, right? Right. Well, this dynamic surroundings fixes that. When it's supposed to be raining around here in the desert, they have sandstorms. And they're not bad, but it cuts down the visibility a little bit, which in real life, a real life sandstorm would do that. So, I guess we're not getting any elephants. Well, that's too bad. I was hoping to hear an elephant, but they're just not going to cooperate with me today. But I still think it's pretty cool. And it's just something to help make Minecraft a little fun, more fun, a little better. Oh, look at that. You leave footprints, too. Which I think is neat. Oh, a bug! Yes, you do occasionally hear mosquitoes. It depends. And one last thing I'll show you, but I'll have to wait until it gets nighttime, so I'll see you when this moon comes up. While we're waiting for the sun to go down, real quickly, you can hear in the mountains there's a little bit of wind. And a sheep. Nice way to audio bomb me. Now, when you get to swamps, watch the sky. It will turn darker and a little greenish. And when you plop yourself down in the middle of a swamp, you get to be near water, and you get near water. Frogs! I love it! That makes it so cool. And you also get like little air bubbles coming up out of the water. And if you hang around here long enough, and you get lucky enough, you not only hear frogs, but you will hear a bull alligator, an adult male alligator. And yes, they do make noises. Which, I just think this is neat. But it's a shame this only happens in swamps. I mean, it makes sense, right? You got a swamp, you got frogs everywhere. Ooh, the sun's getting lower and lower. This is good. I can't wait till it gets dark. So, I'll, again, be back with you when it gets dark, unless I find some other cool biome that I forgot. But, yeah. I did remember something real briefly that's kind of cool. Occasionally, as you walk around under caves, you see the little speckles you may see. Looks like rocks falling. And you may actually hear what sounds like a rock slide. Which also has a tendency to make me a little bit jumpy. You hear that kind of thing and you wonder, like, what's going on, what's coming? Yeah, but it's part of the dynamic surroundings mod, and it's really cool. And it's almost nighttime, so I'll be back with you once it gets completely dark. Ah, here we are. It is nighttime. And that was exactly what I wanted you to hear. There are owls. Not everywhere, but in most of the biomes you'll get to hear owls hoot. And occasionally you may hear a coyote holler. Or it sounds like a wolf. Somebody said it was a wolf. Somebody else, another player has the mod and they said it was a wolf, but I think it's a coyote. But yeah, you get owls in the nighttime. And that is just, I think that's really fun. And there's a bat. And there is a cave nearby, I believe. During the daytime, the dark forest has lots of birds. A nice little place to land. Whoa. That, I don't know what that was. That almost sounded like a hyena, but there's no hyenas around here or something like this. There's a bug. Ooh. I'm glad that happened. I hope you guys heard that. Boy, that's enough to make things kind of spooky in a forest at night. Then that makes it cool. Especially a dark forest. Wow. I love my Optifine. Love Optifine. Torch on, torch off. Torch on, torch off. The kind of small things like that that entertain me in this game. Torch on, torch off. Torch on, torch off. Okay, guys, so you've heard all the cool stuff, and thanks for putting up with me and listening to that. I think it's really cool. I just like to share things like that. I want to bring, a good playing experience for everybody, and I hope you look into it. It's just a simple mod. It's nothing hard. You just need to know all this, what to do to get it. But it's one thing that just makes the game a lot better in case you're, starting to get tired of things. So guys, thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having you guys hang out with me. I love it. It's always great. Now just remember, keep moving, keep mining, and I got my eye on you.